astronomy with 3D printers and so on, so most of you have seen this in the past. This was downloaded from Thingiverse, and it's got all the celestial stars and stuff in there. So anyway, I think it was last month, I brought this and gave a project to the younger crew here, right? To do a star lantern.
Right.
And this is from this book. And it's not a hard project, but it takes a little bit of brain power. You just don't go do it. So anyway, I've been working on it to see what we could do. So my goal is to have one at this size, if this printer will handle it, so we're not there. But so first I printed these. I'm not sure I want to print a whole sphere. I printed this one, but for this project, I'm not sure I want to do that. So I decided to print them in half spheres. And the software has got half sphere and a whole sphere. And this is a bigger one. And you can see I didn't really get what I wanted here. I don't want so much, it's more bowl than a sphere. And then last night, getting ready for today to show this young lady, Desiree, who's not here, has already got the star from Kura. And she put it on her name tag. So I took that star and put it in here. So their project is, if they can do it, is to not get a sphere with stars all over. Their project is to get Polaris, the North Star, and then each of them have a constellation and a circumferential. What we call the royalty of the sky, Cassiopeia, the queen, Cephas, the king, and then the daughter Andromeda down here, and Perseus, which is her boyfriend, the guy that saves her. So each of them have a constellation. So, but you've got to decide first what size will handle. We know you can get dots, but getting a star, the resolution, you have to figure out what resolution star you can get with your printer and with what size.
Oh, I see. You got it. One punched out the top
So
of that.
you've got to change the size of the star. And especially when Cassiopeia, for example, will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
An eyeball.
6 stars across this part here.
So are you going to using then a light source on the inside to project those?
Well, in the book, that's what they've got as a light source. And I do have a kit at home where this is already commercially available as a cardboard model. But what I want them to do for the learning process is, let's say when we get to where's my?
Here's your hat.
I should have another bag.
Go to the city.
Well, maybe I didn't bring it. The constellations, the winter constellation, which when we're getting to finalizing this project, is Orion. And that's the guy with the shooting the arrow and so on.
Orion the Hunter.
Yeah, and anyway, his highest star is Betelgeuse, and then the lowest one is Rigel. And this is a big star, and it's a red star. So Rigel, for example, is a blue star. So they go through the spectrum, orange, yellow, blue, and so on. So anyway, what they're going to do is learn to do LEDs. And then instead of having a light come in from the bottom, that's why I was asking around about the metal there, is I would like them to put a red LED where it's a red star and an orange star. And like Betelgeuse should be a big red star. So we'd use a 5mm LED, red. And then for Rigel, you use a 3mm blue, and actually insert it into the star. So, does that answer your question?
It does.
So
yeah.
they'll both do electrical circuits in 3D
But then,
printing
you've got a
together and learn astronomy as they're doing it.
yeah. But if you're going to use different colors coming out of the different star holes in the sphere,
Right.
Then you have to look at like projection angle. Are you looking like if you're trying to project an image of the star,
No,
like on a
That's
ceiling?
what
Or?
they're doing, but I'm going
Okay.
at it from another aspect. Like this one here is made for projection too, but you can see it obviously doesn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, so they'll do a.
So what I do with this one, when we use
hole
it for
and put
teaching, I take toothpicks and find a constellation, like there's a Big Dipper.
Uh-huh.
I put toothpicks in and then they can learn from that. I have, there's several there, but I have what we call Starry Night.
Mhm.
And it's unbelievable, I'm saying. And we can project that on a screen or a big one. And with that, I can set the time, the date. For example, if we're gonna go out on,
Well, I could do that too. Hold on, Dan.
Yeah,
Hold on. Okay, that's your birthday in 1973. I figured that out.
so anyway, if you're gonna go out, do a start on International Observe the Moon Night, this, October 20th, you can set it on the time and find out when
Sure.
Orion or Cassiopeia is gonna rise, when they're gonna be in the sky, when they're gonna set, when the moon's gonna come up, and if it's a moon that may be blocking it out. But anyway, you can put all this in there and see it, and we can actually, what I used to do is actually make a movie and put it on YouTube. So we actually publish a book of 20-some pages, Samantha does, she's done it for 3 years, of all the stars for October, for all the constellations for October. And then we back it up with the video and a PowerPoint presentation. If you want to give a PowerPoint presentation here, you
Yep.
can put it right on your screen from YouTube. That matches the handout.
Okay. From YouTube, where you're pulling down a streaming video, can you download an MP3 that you would, or a MP4 that is, a video file that you can save
Yeah,
locally?
I download, I probably have 200 or 300 I downloaded, because I learn everything.
Yeah. I just don't trust streaming in a live presentation. And I'm paranoid that way.
No, you download
I've seen
it.
it go wrong too many times.
Yeah, then put it in a folder.
Yeah.
The only advantage of doing a live presentation is if it's live, if you really want it
Yeah.
live.
Yeah, but, we're putting lots of video on YouTube with the idea that you can stream it and play it anytime you want to, and that's not always the case. And so I think that having a strategy that involves, pulling it down to a thumb drive or to some local storage is, I think,
To
appropriate.
tie into this,
Some pretty heavy-duty planets you got here, Dan.
McKinley
I could kill
and
somebody. This is like softball. Feel out. Probably get cut back a little bit.
yeah, two of our mentored students passed the ham radio license last Saturday.
Right,
So
yeah.
they've been working on it since January. And next week, next Saturday here in Chaparral Park, High Chaparral Park, is a Boy Scout Jamboree on the Air. And
That's
last year they
20th,
had
right?
1.5 million Boy Scouts involved all over the world with it. So your ham radio club here and repeater people will be up there from 9 to 5 demonstrating all the radios. So anyway, we'll be there. Tied into that's what they call Jamboree on the Internet. So we're gonna do the Jamboree on the Internet part of it. The Jamboree on the Air is ham radio, just talking, voice or data. On the Internet, we're gonna be sending, we're gonna have 2 stations, A and B. He's gonna walk from A to B with the drone. The drone will be sending video down, and that video
Okay.
could be watched by some Boy Scouts in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And the same with our robots. So we're doing the internet part of it, which is gonna be live video.
That'll be cool. I'm glad you're having success
You're
with it.
taking my celestial spear there.
Well, yeah, this reminds